say those who are critical of Ramaphosa are naive, because what they expect him to have achieved in a single year is unrealistic, and that is true. But who created that expectation? It is him, by talking about the new dawn in a particular way. So your husband says to you, I will buy you 5 jets, and creates that expectation. He doesn't deliver, and he blames you for it. This is what is happening
So
here.
in other words, what you're saying is that South Africa, at the moment in time, are a bunch of abused people, or emotionally abused people, seeking for a savior, when we knew from the very beginning that Ramaphosa could not save this country, simply because the saving would happen over an extended period of time and the mess was too large.
Well, let me answer that in contradictory terms. It was always unfair and unrealistic to think President Ramaphosa will turn around this mess in a single year. But at the same time, it is not unfair to accuse Ramaphosa and those around him of having planted those expectations in the minds of South Africans. And therefore, to some extent, while you may blame South Africans for being unrealistic in their expectations, those expectations are a product of the hope that South Africa under Ramaphosa will be the antithesis of South Africa under Jacob Zuma. When it comes to the economy, I think what best explains where we are is Naomi Klein's shock doctrine. And that doctrine tells us that when a country is going through a deep crisis, such as a deep economic crisis, it becomes susceptible to the imposition of policy measures from outside. And in South Africa, what it means is that those policy measures are being imposed on the ANC government from outside the ANC, from outside the state, and secondly, from outside South Africa as a country. But you have a president whose logic is not inconsistent with the logic of those whose economic interests are dominant in the global economy and the domestic economy. And therefore, to the extent that President Ramaphosa is an extension of that logic, it's highly unlikely that South Africa's economy will be turned around, because he does not posit what I would call a counter-hegemonic logic, a logic which explains how the ANC government is going to undo the colonial and apartheid structure of the economy. All the ANC under him and before him has been doing is to say the state basically is a referee. The state is not biased towards any class, towards any group of South Africans. It is a referee that mediates amongst all of them. And therefore what we end up with is an ANC and an ANC president who tries to be everything to everyone.